The following is a paid program for Life Alert.
I can't believe how quickly the fire spread.
Our house and everything we owned went up in flames.
Mom? It was really, really scary to just see her lying there helpless and nobody could help her. I couldn't even do anything.
You had an intruder?
It's scary. And I had this sense of real fear.
I think it was the most frightening time of my life. I've never been through anything like that before.
Will you be ready if disaster strikes? Will your aging parents be ready? What if somebody breaks in? If you wake up to find your home filled with smoke? If you fall and injure yourself and can't get to a phone? If you can't get the help you need when you need it, the consequences can be catastrophic. On today's show, we will meet people caught in that delicate balance between life and death. We will learn how they handled the threat and how they protected their own lives and those of their families. If you trip, if you have a stroke, a heart attack, a broken hip, or any other medical emergency, if a fire breaks out in your home, if someone breaks in, you need help. And when you need that help, how will you get it? Meet Mary Tompkins. Mary lives by herself and has always been very independent. After a minor medical emergency, her family became increasingly concerned about her living alone.
I've always been self-sufficient. My husband and I raised 3 children, and I've always taken care of myself in the house. I want to live alone. My husband passed away 5 years ago, and I don't see myself remarrying. But I don't have the same energy or strength to carry on my life like I used to have, and I worry a little bit about my safety if something should happen to me.
I live 5 minutes away from my mother, but I worry about her all the time. It's not that she's frail exactly, but she's not as strong as she used to be. And I just can't stand the idea of her getting into trouble and not being able to get help.
Last year I slipped in the shower, and the pain in my hip was so intense that I couldn't get up or get out of the tub, much less go to the phone and call someone for help.
She fell in the bathroom. She was just lying there for hours.
Luckily, my daughter was coming over for lunch that day.
Mom?
And when I didn't answer the door, she opened it with her own
Mom?
key.
Mom? 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 It was a nightmare come true. She was just lying there, and then the hot water had run out and gone cold. So on top of everything else, she was getting hypothermia.
I kept thinking the pain would go away, and then I could get up and find a phone and call for help. I wasn't dying.
Mother made light of the situation, but I could tell she was badly shaken up. I couldn't help but think, what if I hadn't come over for lunch that day? It really scared me. I didn't think she should live alone anymore.
I know my daughter means well, but when she talked about a retirement home, I told her I wasn't ready to do that. I love my home. I raised my children here. All my memories are here. I refuse to even consider it. I'm not going to give up my home just because I had a little scare.
Mother and I argued. She just couldn't live alone anymore, and that's all there was to it. We were just so worried about her safety. And then we heard about Life Alert.
Life Alert is a godsend. It allowed me to stay in my home and have as much privacy and solitude as I please.
It gives us the confidence that if anything happens, she'll have the help she needs right at her fingertips.
I don't feel like I'm gambling with my life just by living alone. Actually, a month ago, I did have an emergency. I slipped on a wet patch in my kitchen and I couldn't get up. And I pushed the Life Alert button, and before I knew it, there was a dispatcher making sure I was all right. He contacted the paramedics, and they were here fast. The dispatcher also contacted my daughter, so before I knew it, I had help and my family surrounding me. I can honestly say that Life Alert saved my life. If I didn't have it, who knows how long I would have been on that floor? An hour, a day, a week? I knew I couldn't get up or reach the phone, so Life Alert was the only way I had to get help.
Thank you very much.
I intend to stay in my home for a long time, and as long as I'm here, Life Alert will be here with me, making sure I'm safe.
Without help, Mary's accidental fall could easily have turned to tragedy. But thanks to Life Alert, she got the help she needed quickly. Life Alert responds to your medical emergency at the touch of a button and summons the help you need fast. No one should lie on the floor for hours waiting for help that may never come. But there's no need to wait when you've got Life Alert. Life Alert can protect you in any kind of home emergency. Whether you need medical help, fire help, or protection from intruders, there are trained personnel on call at our emergency center 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Why not pick up the phone now and call for a free brochure? You never know when an emergency will arise. Let Life Alert be your backup. Life Alert can make the difference between an accident and a tragedy.
Mom, I'm here. Mom, where are you? Mom? Help. Mom? Oh my God, what happened?
Without emergency protection, you take chances with your life. But with Life Alert, when emergencies happen, one press of a button can get you help fast.
Life Alert, what is your emergency?
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life from a potential catastrophe every 10 minutes.
If I didn't have Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
The only smart thing you can do is to be prepared. James and Lucy Walker thought they were prepared, but they didn't have Life Alert. Imagine losing everything. A lifetime of the things you saved and cherished. Family heirlooms, artworks, pets. All the things you earned and enjoyed after a lifetime of hard work.
I can't believe how quickly the fire spread.
Our house and everything we owned went up in flames.
When your home goes up in flames, it's not just a building going up in smoke. It's your life.
I suppose it's a blessing that we weren't there. I'm very grateful we're still alive. A neighbor phoned 911, but by the time the firefighters arrived, there was nothing they could do.
The only thing that survived was our dog, and of course we still have the car because we had been away.
And the clothes on our backs.
Yeah.
Life's been very different since then.
Now meet Sam and Barbara Edelstein. The Edelsteins signed up with Life Alert 3 years ago, and last year a fire broke out in their house. Like the Walkers, they weren't home at the time.
It happened in our laundry room. I don't know, I can't tell you the exact cause, but they said that it had something to do with the clothes dryer.
Smoke was detected by Life Alert. The fire department did show up. Life Alert called us on our cell.
The fire alarm went off at the house.
And it all happened so quickly, by the time we got home, the fire was out.
Here we have two very similar fire events, but the outcomes could not be more different. And what was different? Life Alert. Life Alert detected the fire and called for help even when the Edelsteins weren't home. A 24-hour monitored fire protection system is the best way to safeguard your life and all that you hold dear.
We signed up for Life Alert because Marty has a heart condition. And my fear is that something could happen to him while I'm out shopping.
Most people think that the Life Alert is just a medical alert system, but It also detects fires. It sure saved our house. I'll tell you, no one was home, so that fire would have just kept going and we'd have lost everything.
We are seniors. We need to know that we can take care of ourselves, but there will always be concern on my part and my husband's part that something beyond our control will take place. And Life Alert is what we chose to be our partner in this.
I sure feel really confident now, and I think that we can handle anything now that we have Life Alert.
If you're worried about your safety, or if you're worried about a family member, you need to call Life Alert. Life Alert will give you peace of mind with a system that saves lives every day of the year. Having a Life Alert system in your home could not be simpler. Just pick up the phone and call now for a free brochure.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay?
Help!
I'm calling for help right now.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
More people get hurt from falling in the shower or the bathroom than any other home emergency. For these emergencies, Life Alert invented the new waterproof help button for special protection.
This is Life Alert. What is your emergency?
Help! I've fallen in the shower and I can't get up.
Don't worry, ma'am. Help is on the way.
The help button is offered in combination with Life Alert's regular emergency services, which includes medical emergencies, home intrusion, fire protection, gas poisoning, mobile help, and GPS. Life Alert saves a life from a potential catastrophe every 10 minutes.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
Life Alert is always there when you need help in an emergency. We help people day and night, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Meet Alice Corbett. Alice found herself alone for the first time in 35 years. She wanted to continue living in her home, but was afraid of what might happen in case of an emergency.
When you have a partner that you do everything with, you garden together, you shop together, you go on vacations together, and all of a sudden they're not there, you feel like you've lost part of you. I seriously considered moving closer to my daughter, but it's really hard to part with something that you've had for so many years. I can't stand to box everything up and give it away and go and live in an assisted living place because I wouldn't have all the things that I love. I love my garden, I love my kitchen, I love my friends and my neighbors and my dog and 1,000 other little things about being independent. Since my husband passed away, I had my own health crisis. It was a light stroke. I had to lie there for more than 2 hours until someone realized I needed help. When I came back from the hospital, I had to do some serious thinking. I didn't want to be caught in that situation again, and I really didn't know what to do. I didn't want to give up my home. I didn't want to go into a retirement home.
I am so frightened if something happened to you. You've already had a stroke.
But I've been here forever.
It's not safe for you to be here alone.
My daughter was terrified of me being alone. She was nervous. It was affecting her health and her work, just worrying about me. And one day she heard something about Life Alert on TV.
If you get into trouble, all you need to do is press the button.
She says, "Mother, I want you to look into this." Did you check that out? I made the phone call. Very nice people. They told me that it was just like having somebody in the house with me. Because if I got into a situation that I wasn't comfortable or frightened or a health situation, that I could push that little button and I would have help.
Breathe here. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy.
I was in the yard playing with my dog when I had this terrible headache. I knew I was having another stroke. I remembered to push the life alert button on my necklace, and they contacted the paramedics. And they were there very quickly. Because of being there in such a short time, I didn't have as much damage.
Good boy, please.
I'm well enough now. I'm back in my home. And I feel so much more secure knowing that I have Life Alert.
In many cases, Life Alert can mean the difference between life and death. Just because you live alone doesn't mean you have to be alone when it comes to an emergency. Even when you cannot reach a phone, you can have the constant protection of Life Alert.
Grandma!
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay? I'm calling for help right now.
Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
Mom, I'm here. Mom, where are you? Mom? Mom? Oh my God, what happened?
Without emergency protection, you take chances with your life. But with Life Alert, when emergencies happen, one press of a button can get you help fast.
Life Alert, what is your emergency?
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life from a potential catastrophe every 10 minutes.
If I didn't have Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
Although many of our subscribers are seniors, you don't have to be an older person to take advantage of Life Alert.
I've always felt completely safe in my own home. I take care to keep the doors locked, I keep lights on outside. But I guess no home is completely secure from intruders.
Perhaps the scariest possibility that any of us will face at home is the break-in of an intruder. Sometimes they carry weapons, sometimes not, but it's always dangerous.
It was the middle of the night, and I thought I heard a strange noise.
Go back to sleep.
I knew something was wrong.
I think I heard something.
I didn't hear anything. What did it sound like?
The first thing I thought was, what could I use to scare away an intruder? I remember thinking I wished I had a baseball bat under the bed, but then immediately I thought, that's crazy. I'm in no condition to confront a burglar. I'm not a kid anymore. I can't do that.
I was terrified. I wanted help now. I told him to activate Life Alert. That's what it's there for. He pushed the button, and that connected us to the Life Alert Security Center.
This is Life Alert, Mr. Mason. Is there a problem?
I think there's someone downstairs.
Okay, let me amplify the sound and listen in for a few seconds to hear what's going on. Is your bedroom door locked?
Yes.
This is Life Alert. You have been detected. You are being monitored and recorded. Stop what you are doing and leave immediately. The police are on their way. Get out. Leave now.
The next thing I know, the intruders are running out of our house. And within a few minutes, the police are arriving at our front door.
You had an intruder?
Yes, we did. I've never been so grateful for anything in my life. It was a really scary experience, and thankfully, Life Alert was there to help.
Because of Life Alert, the intruders fled so quickly, we never even saw them. I can't tell you how grateful we are.
I suppose I could have confronted the robbers. Who knows? But Life Alert just chased them away.
Life Alert's emergency system is so sensitive, the moment you press the alert button, we activate our listening and communication system, and your Life Alert dispatcher stays with you throughout the incident. We notify emergency services and stay on the line with you until help arrives. Life Alert is devoted to your personal safety, your health, and the protection of your home. Signing up with Life Alert allows you to live alone and feel safe and secure.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
More people get hurt from falling in the shower or the bathroom than any other home emergency. For these emergencies, Life Alert invented the new waterproof help button for special protection.
This is Life Alert. What is your emergency?
Help! I've fallen in the shower and I can't get up.
Don't worry, ma'am. Help is on the way.
The help button is offered in combination with Life Alert's regular emergency services, which includes medical emergencies, home intrusion, fire protection, gas poisoning, mobile help, and GPS. Life Alert saves a life from a potential catastrophe every 10 minutes.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
You've seen now how Life Alert can protect you in so many ways inside your home. How Life Alert can mean the difference between continuing to live independently and having to move to a retirement home. But consider this. Life Alert can also protect you from emergencies outside of your home. The Life Alert monitoring unit can detect your signal up to 150 feet away, inside or out. We can help you with your emergency even when you cannot reach a phone to call for help. With Life Alert, you are never alone. Meet Emma Watkins. Every Tuesday, Emma rolls her trash bin out to the curb for pickup, but those wheeled trash bins can be heavy.
She's there all by herself. She's lived there for 42 years. There's nobody that's there with her.
The trash barrels are pretty heavy when you have to pull them. They're on wheels, but you still have to put a little force behind it. I was just starting to wheel the trash barrel out of the garage when somehow I slipped and fell.
Her voice is so soft, I didn't hear anything. Of course, my hearing's not what it used to be.
You know, I felt like such a fool. I was like a giant turtle turned over on its back. I was stuck out there in the garage. Help! Maybe for hours, you know, possibly even days.
She could have laid there for who knows how long before anybody knew.
Since I was out in the garage, I was afraid the dispatcher wouldn't be able to hear me. But when I pressed the button, I could hear the voice of the dispatcher coming from inside the house. The emergency vehicle arrived within minutes. Turned out I didn't get hurt at all. Only thing damaged was my pride. And luckily, they had me up and on my feet before my daughter arrived. Life Alert had contacted her too.
They must have been there 10 minutes before I got there. They already had her up and was working on her, and she looked fine. I was so happy.
Well, I can tell you this, I'll have Life Alert for as long as I live in my home.
It is so reassuring to know that my mother is equipped now with Life Alert. If something like this ever happens again, she falls, she trips, she goes down for some reason, she's got something that she can activate to get help right away.
It's such an easy way to feel safe and be safe inside your home. and even outside your home.
That is certainly a very powerful story. Thank goodness that Emma Watkins had Life Alert. During the past 30 minutes, we've shown how Life Alert can save your life in an emergency, whether it's a fire, a break-in, or a medical emergency, like a stroke, a heart attack, or a fall. Life Alert is there for you when you need it. All it takes to get Life Alert in your home or the home of a family member is a simple phone call. Why gamble with something as precious as your life? It's time you felt protected. It's time for you or a loved one to have Life Alert. Don't put it off. Call us now. Thanks for watching.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay?
Help!
I'm calling for help right now.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
Grandma!
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay? I'm calling for help right now.
Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
Mom, I'm here. Mom, where are you? Mom? Help! Mom? Oh my God, what happened?
Without emergency protection, you take chances with your life. But with Life Alert, when emergencies happen, one press of a button can get you help fast.
Life Alert, what is your emergency?
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life from a potential catastrophe every 10 minutes.
If I didn't have Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-387-7038. That's 1-800-387-7038. Call now at 1-800-387-7038 to get a free brochure. 1-800-387-7038.
The proceeding was a paid program for Life Alert.